My family invited me to my sister's engagement party to show off her Doctor Fiance. When they asked what I do for work, I said I'm between jobs. My sister Emma actually laughed out loud. Still? You've been between jobs for like 2 years now. Her fiance Marcus looked uncomfortable but stayed quiet. My dad jumped in with his classic line, some people are just late bloomers. Maybe you'll figure it out eventually. The whole party heard it. Aunts, uncles, family friends gathered in my parents' backyard under string lights and decorated tables. Everyone nodding along like I was the family charity case. My cousin whispered something to her husband and they both glanced at me with that look. The pity look. The one I'd been getting at family events for the past year. Emma was glowing in her white cocktail dress, showing off her engagement ring to anyone within arm's reach. 3 carats. Platinum band. Marcus is a pediatric surgeon at Children's Hospital. They met at the hospital where she works as a nurse practitioner. My parents had been talking about this engagement for months like it was a royal wedding. The save the dates were already ordered. My mom pulled me aside near the drink table. Sweetie, maybe don't mention work stuff tonight. It's Emma's special moment. We don't want people feeling awkward about your situation. I just smiled and grabbed another gin and tonic. My uncle cornered me by the appetizers 10 minutes later. So what's the plan? You applying anywhere? Can't stay unemployed forever. Expenses don't pay themselves. I told him I was exploring options. He patted my shoulder like I was a lost puppy who'd eventually find my way home. Emma's future mother-in-law asked me about my career during the appetizer course. Lovely woman, probably just making conversation. I gave her the same vague answer about being between opportunities. She nodded politely, but I could see the judgment behind her smile. Her son was marrying into a family where one daughter was a cried catch and the other was a question mark. My dad gave a toast during dinner. So proud of my Emma. She's always known exactly what she wanted, always been driven and focused. Now she's found an amazing partner who matches her ambition, someone who understands the value of hard work. He raised his glass and didn't look at me once during the whole speech. What they didn't know was that I'd been building my company in stealth mode for 18 months. No social media presence, no announcements, no family updates at Sunday dinners, just pure work. 16-hour days, sleeping on the couch in my office, living on coffee and whatever takeout I could get delivered at midnight, building something that could actually change healthcare. The tech was complicated. AI-driven diagnostic tools that could detect early markers for cancer, heart disease, and autoimmune disorders months earlier than traditional methods. We had 3 patents approved. We had pilot programs running in 4 major hospitals. We had clinical data that made investors literally cancel other meetings to talk to us. Last week, we closed our Series B funding round, $40 million, led by one of the top 3 venture capital firms in Silicon Valley. The tech blog broke the story yesterday morning at 9, but nobody in my family reads TechCrunch or follows startup news. They were too busy planning engagement parties and feeling sorry for their unemployed daughter. My mom kept refilling my wine glass throughout dinner like alcohol would somehow make the evening less humiliating for everyone. Emma introduced Marcus to every single person there, recounting in detail how he proposed on a private beach in Maui, how he'd hidden the ring inside a seashell, how the sunset was perfect, how she immediately called mom crying happy tears. I sat at a table with my younger cousins who were still in college. Even they seemed more accomplished than me in my family's eyes. At least they had direction. At least they had internships and graduation dates and plans. So when Marcus got a notification during the main course and pulled out his phone, I watched his face carefully. He scrolled once. His eyes went wide. He scrolled again like he was making sure he was reading it correctly. Then he went completely pale. I knew someone had finally connected the dots. He showed Emma the article without saying a word. Her face dropped. The color just drained right out like someone had pulled a plug. My dad noticed something was wrong across the table. What is it? What happened? Is everything okay? Marcus didn't answer. He just turned his phone around so everyone could see. There was my face on TechCrunch in a professional headshot I'd taken last month. The headline read, Founder raises 40M Series B for AI healthcare platform. The subheading mentioned my full name, my company name, the exact funding amount, the lead investors, our hospital partnerships, everything. The table went dead silent as my mom stammered about how she always knew I'd do something special. My dad suddenly remembered he'd always believed in me, and Emma just stared with her mouth hanging open while Marcus quietly asked me if we were hiring surgeons for our medical advisory board. I stood up, thanked them for the lovely party, and walked out.